Hello, Planarets. Thank you so much for joining me for another live stream here on the Marianne Cresp Show. It is day 27 of the 30-day challenge I have given myself to be mindful, messy, march, and just showing up wherever I am. Remember yesterday, if you tuned in from yesterday's live stream, start from where you are. Sometimes when things get overwhelming, stressful, anxious driven kind of a day, you just go, I don't know what to do. So just starting from where you are is a wonderful place to start. So thank you so much for joining me. Cindy is in the house. Hi, Marianne and Planarets. And Cindy says baking and gardening. So I asked earlier, what is a favorite hobby that you like to do to unwind? So baking and gardening. Gardening, I wish I had a little garden. We don't even have, I live in a small apartment, so we don't have a balcony, we don't have a little courtyard, and we get a little bit of sunlight coming in, but I'm not a good plant mama at all. So if you are here in the chat, make sure you say hello. And of course, if you are tuning in on the replay, also type in the comment how you are doing and what crafting activity or hobby do you like to do to unwind? For those of you who are new here, I am Marianne, and through my own planning, habit tracking, well-being, and self-care activities using my planners and stationery, not just for productivity, but also to ensure that you are giving time for yourself. So if you are in a place where it's a little bit chaotic, use your planner as a way to give yourself some space and grace to make sure then you can get back at doing all the great things that you are good at. Hello, Starkiss. Nice to see you, Victoria. Hello, Marianne, and everyone. Hope everyone is having a great day. And hugs all around. So grateful to catch the live and so grateful you are here with us today. Lauren, Jewish planner mom, loves to crochet. Yep, me, reading, and of course, sticker therapy. Of course, we love stickers and all stationery stuff here on the Marianne Crest channel. So I do hope that you are all going to enjoy today. I was going to show up just to show you the crafty things I bought myself the other day. But what would it be if a Marianne Cresp live stream does not also give you some valuable stuff that you can take away right now, so then to help you with your planning and being intentional in making sure you look after yourself today. So, I just bit the inside of my mouth. What's today going to be about? I want to talk about how engaging in craft projects and hobbies can be a powerful tool for managing the stress. Breathe in. And of course, preventing overwhelm. So I'm going to explore the benefits of having multiple projects on the go, because I was going, I've got lots of things happening here. Is that too much? Is that too chaotic? Well, it's actually, there's a benefit for having multiple projects on the go, and the importance of taking breaks. Yes, you know me, I'm a big advocate of taking breaks and big naps and how you can infuse fun and joy into your daily routine and how this can enhance our well-being. Okay, so I'm going to show you some different craft projects that I have going at the moment, and I want you to also share what you're doing if you have arts, craft, and any other hobbies that's going on in your life. And then that way we can discuss in the live chat, and of course participate too if you're watching on the replay, what your favorite arts, craft, and hobbies are. So if you're ready, I'm ready. So let's go. Okay, crafting isn't just about making something pretty. It's lovely, of course, but it's actually a great way to relax and clear your mind, right? And I needed some clearing my mind the last few days. My emotions have been all over the place. I've been anxious, I've been worried, I've been all these things. So I thought, you know what? I'm going to add and infuse more creativity and crafting in my schedule. When you're actually doing something creative, whether it's painting, knitting, crocheting, or even just doodling. Hey, who did the doodle session with me in the April monthly cover page, as well as the doodle session? It actually helps you take focus away from the stress Yes, please take away my focus on the stress and gives your brain a little breathing room. Let's quickly have a look. Starkey says, unwind, watch Marianne videos and journal. Oh, thank you, Victoria. Video games with friends, read all arts and crafts plus music. Ooh, craft goodies, exciting. I have to say, I do struggle with the breaks part. So you do know that journaling and embellishing your planner pages and taking time to watch maybe your favorite YouTubers is a great form of break. So you're actually taking a break right now. Unless you're multitasking and maybe doing something else, but at least you're adding some hopefully joy and infusing some creativity into your days, darkest. Thank you, Victoria. But yeah, so all these things, because sometimes we think taking breaks is actually like not doing anything. Taking breaks is doing something you enjoy that gives you an intrinsic motivation to do it because it just makes you happy. Bling, the little stars around your thing going, oh, that's so pretty. Okay. Now, there's actually a science behind doing all these crafty things and what's my brain fog, and engaging and engaging in the hobbies that you like to do. Now, a study that's been published in the Journal of the American Art Therapy Association found that when people engage in creative activities, I'm getting so excited, their levels of cortisol, all right, so the cortisol hormone is also known as the stress hormone, it actually goes down. So when you do artistic things, the study showed that the level of cortisol, so if you can think cortisol, stress hormone, went down. Okay, so basically when our body releases cortisol, we start to feel overwhelmed, all right, and too much of cortisol is actually can leave us feeling tense, all right, because if the body's releasing these stress hormones, right, it makes you feel tense, it makes you feel anxious, and it's just so exhausting. I know when I'm stressed, even though I've been sitting on the couch, just probably doing nothing and being sad and under my blanket, and I'm so stressed thinking about all these different things I have to do, decisions I have to make, the what ifs, the shoulda, woulda, coulda. At the end of the day, I feel exhausted, even though I've been sitting on the couch for hours on end. Okay, because the stress hormone has been released. Now, cortisol is actually not that bad. Some stress hormone is good for you because in moderation it actually plays a very important role in helping us keep safe. All right, so the stress hormone, when it gets released, right, it's part of our body that's the you remember how I say the fight, flight, or freeze. So the stress hormones makes you tense up because it thinks, okay, do we have to run away from danger, do we have to fight something, or do we have to freeze so then nobody notices us and we won't be in danger. So the stress hormone is actually good for us in moderation because it helps us stay alert. Okay, what do we need to do, right? It helps us focus. So if we're gonna, we're gonna go and do some work and all that stuff, it helps us focus. Like stress and nerves and excitement, all physical, the physicality of those different feelings are the same, right? So it helps us keep us focused and it helps us get ready to react in stressful situation. So cortisol, stress hormone, is good in moderation. Okay, so that way if you're in danger, cortisol kicks in and it gives you this burst of energy because if you either have to run or you have to fight, like defend your family, then that's good. But when stress becomes a constant thing, so if you're always stressing when you wake up in the morning, in the middle of the day, before you go to bed, week in, week out, day in, day out, things like worrying about your work, the deadlines, or just life in general, your body keeps pumping out these cortisol, and that's when it actually becomes a problem. And I know just for the last couple of days, I've been worrying, I've been stressed, and I'm just feeling so emotionally drained. Okay, so too much of cortisol or stress hormone over time is going to lead to exhaustion. So if you've been feeling, exhausted, have a look. What's stressing you out. Maybe you're having anxious thoughts like I am, and even trouble sleeping. Like for me, the other day, I couldn't sleep, and so I went to bed. I think at 5 o'clock in the morning. I was up all night doing nothing really, but it was just like I couldn't sleep. So stress hormones, too much of it, it's not good. But that is why doing something like crafting, taking breaks, so remember intentional breaks and taking them, or engaging in hobbies is powerful because it's going to help lower the cortisol or stress hormone levels, and it's going to give your body the reset it needs. And I'll tell you, I did some yesterday, and this morning I went, how come I don't know suddenly what to do? Yesterday, the last 2 days, I've been looking at my to-do list and going, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm no good. I'm hopeless. I'm not a good mom. I'm not a good wife. Everybody hates me, right? Because I was stressed, and stress, too much of it is not good. So let me show you one of the things I bought the other day during my walk outside. So I get my walk outside if I have, even more so if I have a goal to go to the shops. So probably not as good. I should really walk in nature rather than giving myself going into the shop. But before I do, let's quickly have a look. Hello, Brenda. Nice to see you. Thank you so much for joining me. We're just talking about how crafting can help us reduce the stress, our stress levels. And so I'm going to show one of the things. But before I do, I have a question for you because you know me, I like it when you guys talk to me in the chat. What's the last creative project you worked on? Okay, so have a think. Drop it in the chat, or if you're watching on replay, what's the last creative project you worked on? While you're typing, let me show you one of the crafty things I bought the other day. Okay, so this is the packaging, but I want to show you what the outcome will look like. So I bought a paint by numbers 3-pack set. So this is from Kmart here in Australia. Now I love the colors because they're pretty much the color, my colorings, this nice teal, some lavender, not so much an orange girl, but if and when I do finish these paint by numbers, it's going to look pretty nice, the three of them all together. I don't know yet where I will put them in my house. And so that's how it's going to look. And let me show you. And this is from Kmart, Australia. So I'm going to see if there's, if you go into Amazon, I might have a look if there's anything similar with paint by numbers. Now, later on, I'll show you the other set I bought previously. But this is a nice colorful one, and let me show you how they look. Okay, so where is it? Okay, so they start out plain canvas, and as you can see it, let me see, I'll do it like that so you don't see it, the light too bright on it. And so it's got all these little numbers on there. So I'm sure a lot of you would have seen paint by numbers before. Okay, so this one is the Watermelon Breeze. So it's going to turn out like this one. Look, that's so pretty. Okay, there's lavender and peachy and reds and pinks and lilacs and light teal. So they're my color. So that's one set. And then the other one is this Tropical Crush. Okay, and the reason why I picked this is because, oops, my screen is dying in front of me. The reason I picked this is because it's got big blocks, right? Big blocks of space. Because if you're new to paint by numbers, make sure it's not so intricate that it's gonna take you forever to finish. Because if there's a lot of tiny little individual colors, then it's going to take you longer. And then of course you have to be a lot more not specific. No, brain fog today. I'll figure out the word where you have to be precise. Oh my goodness, Marianne, I have to have like a word a dictionary in front of me to go, what word is Marianne thinking? You have to be really precise the smaller the sections are. So I like this because it had big blocks of color, so I can, you know, if I need to just paint just to give myself a quick break, then I can paint the bigger surfaces or the bigger areas. Okay, so this one I started yesterday, and I think it's one of the things that helped me today, because this morning I was able to do 5 different things that, like the last couple of days, I just kept putting off, and my mind wasn't like, I couldn't grasp on what to do first because I was just so overwhelmed with fatigue, decision, worry, and anxiety, and all that stuff, right? But I did a little bit of it, so let me quickly show you what I've done so far. So I've started a little bit on the citrus. So there's the citrus, okay? And then, so I'm just painting section at a time. So I'm painting the little lemon or orange there. And then I've done the orange peel and then the shadow. So then when I just need a quick break and I can paint like a big section and I don't have to be precise with my painting, I pick the bigger areas. All right, now this paint by number, like I'm assuming like a lot of all the paint by numbers come with the paint you need. So then this one came with the tiny little pots of paint that have numbers. Okay, and then of course, depending on the number on your canvas, that's the number you will pick. And this one came with 3 brushes, 3 brush size. So I guess the more expensive ones will probably be either bigger canvas, and most likely, you know, the quality of the brush and the paint might be, but like this was, oh, I can't remember how much this was. I think this was only about less than $10, I think. I have to double check, right? So paint brushes, and then it's got, of course, the picture of what it should look like, and then also instructions. Okay, because once you start painting the numbers, or yeah, sometimes you go, oh, and you need to go over it twice. You go, what was that number? So it came with the individual instructions, and I'm assuming majority of paint by numbers would be like that as well. I remember buying my mum during COVID, and I had it delivered to her place, like a huge canvas, and she's going, it's taking me forever to paint. And it's like, well, Mum, what are we going to do? We can't go outside. I can't see you. We can't visit. So then in the end, she was had it up in her lounge room. Okay, so that's paint by numbers. You can do it, you know, bit at a time. So what I did yesterday, I just put the timer on for half an hour. So whatever I was able to paint for half an hour, that's what I did. Okay, so this citrus one, let me just pop everything on the floor. Okay, so this is how it's going to turn out. I can't wait. So sometimes for me, the perfectionist, you know, like that I'm trying to get over is I look really close and I'm like, oh, you know, it doesn't look very straight. But who's going to look that close to the painting? Nobody, Marianne, because when you look at it from afar, it looks pretty good, right? And then once that's up on the wall, I'm not me, it'll probably be me going, you know, it's not straight or it's not all. No one will notice, Marianne. Okay, so that's that one. Previous ones that I bought that I have been using and painting as well. This is more the Australian flora theme. Now this one, as you can see how all the tiny little pieces, right? And then it can take me forever. So that's one I've sort of started. And then that one half finished. And then this one I still got to do all the details, so the tiny little details. In some areas I have to go over a couple of times, so then it's a lot more opaque, and so then you can't see the number. See how you can still see the number? Okay, so this one I started doing, and I've still yet to finish some of them. And I'm going to talk to you about how why having multiple projects going at a time is actually going to be beneficial. So make sure you stick to the end, because you're probably, well, I probably had said, why are you buying another set of paint by numbers, Marianne? You have three that you haven't yet finished. Well, it was actually something I saw on Instagram. Someone talked about how there's a study that talked about how having multiple projects is beneficial. So I'll talk to you about that in a sec. So those are my paint by numbers. I'm so excited to actually have them finished. And I just do half an hour at a time, not every day, most of these. So I have said to my husband, it's like when I'm not actually doing any crafty projects, it's probably because my stress level isn't as high, but it's important that I just don't participate and engage in crafting activities when I am stressed. I need to make sure I apprehend it. So, apprehension instead of prevention is to have a creative activity diet. So, making sure I'm doing it on a regular basis. So then I'm able to manage the stress level and not wait until I'm stressed to go and find myself a crafty activity or project. All right, so let me know what you think. Who here has done paint by numbers? I see a lot of you saying hello. Thank you so much for joining. All right, Ronnie Cat, nice to see you. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm going to use my little check chat here. Watercolors in my bullet journal. Oh, I love that. So I asked the question, what was the last creative project that you did? So Brenda said watercolors in bullet journal. I love Starkist. Victoria says my planner pages from the Ultimate Planner bundle with paint, Zen doodles, and stickers. I love it. I love it. Hello, Elle. Nice to see you. Thank you so much for joining. I appreciate you being here. And Ronnie Cat says, I decorated what's a leave box to be a TV? Oh, that's a great idea. I love that. Like you can hide your remote control so it doesn't look messy. And so you have decorated a box to be a TV remote holder. That is fantastic. Stephanie, nice to see you. Plannerette Assemble. Hello, all. Hope you are doing well. Yes, good to see everyone here. Yes, we're having fun, having a party. I love having you guys here. Those paint by numbers are cute. Where did you find them? So these ones were from Kmart here in Australia. I do have the link in the description. So if there's the brand is Anko, and I think it's how different, like these different products, it gets licensed to different manufacturers or brand. So I'm going to see if there's something similar on Amazon if you are not in Australia. But yeah, so paint by numbers from Kmart, I purchased them, and for a pack of 3 they're really affordable too. So I love it. I can't see the numbers. Yeah, they're very, very faint. So and plus my light is very bright. And yeah, it's very faint numbers. See? Okay. If that's what you meant, that you couldn't see the numbers. Elle says it looks good. Looks good. I have a mini pushing coloring book that I've been working on. I love that. I saw some coloring books as well. I'm thinking, no, that's too much. I have lots of projects going on. Maybe that's going to be my little reward when I finish one of these projects. Creating with Took. Hello, nice to see you. Planning task pads. I love it. That is a great little project to have. That's so good. All these creative things now I've got to add into my, creative to-do list. I love it. Melinda, nice to see you. Thank you so much. Knitting a blanket. Oh, I love knitting too, but crocheting at the moment is the thing that I'm doing. I love it. Thank you so much. Nam and hi El made it to another live. Now creating would took. This is the first time I'm seeing you here in the live. Thank you so much for joining me and a big welcome. Yay! From the Plannerettes community. Thank you so much. And I am loving the green hair. Ooh, creative there. See, I love it. I love it. Okay. Um, I saw a bunch of paint by numbers at Office Depot. Yeah. So look, you can find a lot of them everywhere. So check it out. Okay. So that is the paint by numbers. So let me know if you've tried yourself, any paint by numbers tutorial. So let me know. Okay, let me put this away and then let's keep going. Why? Oh, oops, I accidentally dropped it. Um, Zach, Mum's, I've got my son. Now all my paint by numbers is pulling on my headphones. All right, so what happens is when we delve into all these creative activities, crafts, it can lead to improved hand and eye coordination. So that's good for our mental well-being. So if you're painting, you're sewing, you're knitting, you're watercoloring, and even hand lettering and doodling, it's going to improve the hand-eye coordination. It's also going to give you a sense of accomplishment. Yes, I finished another section of my paint by numbers. Or yes, I did some watercoloring in my bullet journal, or I did some knitting, or my blanket is getting bigger and bigger, right? So that sense of accomplishment. And remember, wins are important as part of our daily routine, and noting it, because then the more we note our wins, then the more we spot positive things in our lives, and it helps reframe any negative thought that might bubble to the surface. And of course, participating in craft and hot craft activities and hobbies is going to provide a healthy distraction from the daily worries. So if you are in a position at the moment where you have lots of worries, if you're a carer of young children, carer of your elderly parents, you're in charge of people at work, you're doing so many different things, participating and adding a creative activity in your planner, so it's intentional rather than a reactive activity or a reactive routine or habit, right, is going to provide you a distraction from any worrying thoughts you may have. Now, according to Piedmont Healthcare, I'm going to make sure I also add these articles in the description so you can, if you want to read more about it. Crafting projects can help with relaxation, sure did with me yesterday, and even lower our blood pressure. Yes, I think my blood pressure is getting quite high. There's history of blood pressure on my mum's side of the family, and recently my blood pressure is a little bit high. So it's also a great benefit for our health, participating and adding craft into your daily routine. And it doesn't have to take long. Like you can just do for 10 minutes, right? 10 minutes at a time. It may take a little bit longer for you to finish it, but it's not always about the outcome. It's about the process. And giving yourself those breaks is going to help lower the cortisol levels or the stress hormone. And of course, now, also studies have shown and research have shown that it can lower your blood pressure and so many beneficial things. All right, so here's another question for you. What's a hobby or craft you've always wanted to try but haven't yet? I have to think about this one because I know I've tried a lot of different things, but there's some stuff I want to try, so I'll reveal mine. So you tell me yours, type it in the chat or type it in the comment section. What's a hobby or craft you've always wanted to try but haven't yet? Okay, so of course, for those of you who've been following me along, you would have seen me, by myself new, let me see if I can zoom in a little bit. New, and then this little crochet hook kit. All right, so now I've added some my scissors, some thread in there to, you know, put my little crochet projects together, some needles, and then I've also got a little big, you know, I guess the yarn needle in there. There was an extra little loop, so that fitted perfectly. That didn't come with this kit, so it comes with 24 crochet hook. Really, tell you what though, I only needed this one at the time because I do have already, you know, the 5mm 4 3 2 1 size hooks. But then I thought, oh, yeah, well, that's a nice little bag that it comes in. And then I pop my scissors in there. I put my needles and my yarn to help finish off the my my current crochet project. And I've been making these crocheted peonies. Right, so at the moment I've added bobby pins to them. Let me see if I can pop them in my hair. Okay, right, so I picked, oh, I don't have the yarn close to me, but I've got the pink, I've got a cream colored one, and then this gorgeous little, I think it's, I can't remember the color on the, oh, let me see if I can put that closer to there. Okay, that's probably quite a lot there, but we're gonna go with it. Let's just push that into the bun. Yeah, okay. And then I made another one, and then I know I purchased somewhere in my haberdashery a pin for the, you know, to I can put it as something, a nice little decoration on my jacket, on my bag. So then, so yeah, because I make, you know, one of these, so each one, each pattern is a petal like that, and then you make several little bunch of petals, and then you sew them all together, and then you get this little cute peonies, crocheted peonies of 0.75mm hook, and then either a lace yarn, or now this one is, I think, a 3-ply thin yarn. So I might even, if I wanted it a little bit more smaller or more delicate, maybe a thinner yarn. So this pattern is from Anna Floral Faye on Instagram. I have the link in the description, and she also has all these video tutorials that you can purchase to create beautiful vines then that you can tie in your hair. And you know, if you've got beautiful long flowing hair, you can tie it up and make it really, really pretty. So at the moment, that's my crochet peonies, which is another project that I have going. So I have this next to me on my couch. So on the section of my couch, I have a little Shea lounge with my blanket and my cushions, and on the side a nice little basket with all, you know, some pens, some of my hand creams, so and then any small crafty project that I can do while I'm maybe watching TV or something. So okay, the question I had was, what's a hobby or craft you've always wanted to try but haven't yet? So let's quickly go back to where we were before. Made to another. All right. You're most welcome. Creating with Took. Am I saying the name right? Is it Took or Tuck? Please let me know. Okay, let's have a look. Melinda says, I hear you, Marianne. I have so many projects on the go. That is one of my goals, to finish them before I start anymore. So it's actually good, Melinda. It is good to have multiple projects on the go. Probably not too many, but you know, some multiple ones. So and I'll say, and I'll let you know why it's good as well. I found a Dymo on sale today and I couldn't resist. Is it the same as my one, like the desktop? Because I've just relabeled some of my side tabs because it was fading. So I used my Dymo label maker today too. Um, uh, Creating with took says resin tumblers. Oh yes, that's enough. That's probably a hobby that I want to try that haven't done yet is some resin crafty stuff, because at Kmart here in Australia they've got all these things that you need for it. So this is really good. Wanting to try diamond painting. Yes, there's so many beautiful ones out there, and so maybe that will be on my creating or crafty to-do list when I finish one, a second thing. So that's a good little reward. See, Melinda, maybe could be a little reward we can give ourselves is try something new when we finish a project. Calligraphy. Yes, Elle, I want to try because my son for my birthday actually gave me a Lamy fountain pen for my birthday, but inside, this is an additional one, is he also bought me a calligraphy nib. Isn't that fantastic of my little man? Well, he's not little anymore, he's 17. So then actually I think he bought me a black one, and I got his permission. I said, would you mind if I exchange it for this? It's showing up blue on my screen, but it's more like a teal or turquoise color. And so the nib that came, this is an extra fine, but he also bought me a calligraphy nib to go with it. So maybe that will, you and I can try calligraphy together. Thanks. Right, so there we go. Starkey says wants to try oil painting. Yes, I think I dabbled in oil painting a long time ago, and I'm probably the consistency of, or maybe I left my paint out too long and it dried and it wasn't as didn't go on the canvas as well. Oh, that crochet patch is very cool to keep everything, isn't it? And I didn't even know it, Melinda, but because in the packaging it was inside out, so it was like that in the clear packaging. So you saw the back and the front, and then when I took it out of the packaging and then flipped it out, the color is my coloring. See, in pink, and I went, woohoo, that's a bonus. So that was really a good little find. And now I have all my crochet hook in one, because at the moment all my crochet hook, all my knitting needles are in just a big shipping box or packaging box. So that's a really good. Carrie, hello, nice to see you. Thank you so much. Yes, you like the crochet peonies. Thank you so much for very pretty make beads. Oh, I've got Ronnie Kate, would you believe I have polymer clays as well? And I did make, that's a thing that I would love to show you guys. I made a cute little key ring of a planner, like just like my, where is my planner? Yeah, it's on the other table because I needed to clear. Just like my little planners that I have here. So that may have to be a future YouTube video that I make. So polymer clay as well. And I even bought, yes, I even bought the thing to make, the beads. So when I want to do crafty stuff, I buy everything that I need, or else my head just goes, well, yours won't be perfect or it won't be good if you don't have all the things that you need. So I even bought a pasta roller to, oh dear, a lot of the things I bought along the way. Tuck, creating with tuck, yes. Hopefully I'm getting it correct. Desktop, I think, is the Dymo that Ronnie Cat had bought. Susan, I'd love it if you did calligraphy lives. I might try live. I might not even practice, and we can, figure things out as we go. Susan, nice to see you. I have finished about 10 needlepoint canvases, but they are just rolled up in my closet. I want to learn how to make them into pillows. That would be so cute. Yes, and Ronnie Cat says that sounds so cute. I love it. I love it. Excellent. So I'm glad that you guys have a lot of creative projects that you haven't tried yet. That maybe one day you can put in your to-do list or on your someday maybe list, and then revisit and remember these crafting activities. Shouldn't just start them when we're already stressed. It's one of the things we can infuse and add into our daily or weekly routine. So you might be thinking, right, is it actually a good thing to have multiple projects going at once? And the answer is yes. Having a few different things to work on is going to give your brain a variety. Okay, because we know our brain loves novelty. It looks for new things. It gets bored with, doing the same thing over and over again. So having different projects going on at the same time is going to allow give you variety. So then you don't get bored or get stuck in a rut. Because if I only had one paint by number and I wanted to infuse, painting into my routine as part of my breaks and my self-care, I know I'm going to get bored painting the same thing, and then it's going to take longer. And so that is why I dabble into these different things. So far, painting, crocheting, embellishing my planner pages, doodling session, hand lettering, right? So it's important that you keep your mind active, make sure it doesn't get bored and doesn't get stuck in a rut. So, have you ever noticed that when you step away from one project, okay, so I did like this, I did these three and now four peonies, and then I was like, okay, I've done that. And so, the excitement and the novelty of it, sort of starts to fade. So I made the three and then I did something else. And then when I went back to make the fourth one, stepping away from one project and coming back to it later is going to give you fresh ideas. So then I went, oh, I've got those little pin backings. So then now I'm excited to actually make one, put it on a pin, and then, add that to my handbag or add it to my denim jacket, or, so really important that having multiple projects going on at the same time gives you the variety. It's not going to, and then you get excited to come back to it. And because switching things is going to help keep your creativity flowing as well. So for those of you that might go, I start so many different projects, maybe if you're like me, maybe we need to finish one before we add another new one. So, but switching things up is going to keep your creativity flowing. Plus, I thought my camera just died. Plus, it helps prevent burnout because you're not forcing yourself to power through the same task for too long. Because I know if I had to go, and you saw my paint by numbers, I have four going at the same time now. And then if I felt like, oh, I gotta go finish that one, or there was the only one, I know I wouldn't. I would be stuck, and then not even have any creative activity. So it's okay if we have a few different things going at the same time, because the research actually backs this up. So according to this study discussed by the World Economic Forum, working on multiple projects can actually boost creativity and productivity. And I think that's why this morning, after doing a little bit of the paint by numbers, this morning I got emails, like three emails sent, finished reading our occupational therapy report. I updated my workout weekly planner. I looked at all the the emails I got from my son's occupational therapy, and then actually got my creative juices flowing on how we can incorporate the activities and sessions that he had with the OT at home. And I was just like, oh, I'm all excited again because I took the time to stop, add creativity, craft activity, or a hobby into my day. And now I feel more productive. So you might think, oh, Marianne, I don't have the time to be, doing crafty stuff. I'm too busy. It's actually going to boost your productivity because cognitively your brain's going to work a lot better because it's had a break, because it didn't need to use that part of the brain to go, all right, what the email we got to send, the task and to dos, and it just allowed for free flowing activity and creativity. So if you haven't put any creative or hobby activities in your planner today, make sure you do. It doesn't have to be complicated, can just be simple little painting, doodling session, hand lettering, okay? And it also allows you to develop more effective work habits, and you get to come up with better solutions like I did this morning. And this is going to lead to a greater efficiency, and you'll be able to achieve your goals a lot better. And who doesn't? And my husband's just back from the shops, and he's just putting all the stuff that needs to go in the freezer. And he's trying to be quiet, but it's not working because I can hear the mic can hear pick up everything. So right, so being creative leads to greater efficiency and goal achievement. So really, really good. Now also another article that's from a blog Medium by Scott Ginsberg. Again, I'll put all of these research and studies linked, so then that way you can read up yourself, right? Juggling multiple projects at different stages, like I have, all right? So some are nearly finished, some are half finished, and so it's going to help avoid creative blocks, and again, it's going to keep your productivity high. So yes, you have been given permission to have multiple projects going at the same time. Probably not too many, maybe keep it to 3 to 5. So then that way, because sometimes too many can then give you, too much friction or too many barriers, because then you don't know which one to do. All right. So if you've got a few hobbies or projects in the works, go for it. Let's do it. Let's start some new ones if you don't have any yet. Okay. So science says it's a great way to stay inspired and engage. All right, I'll listen to the science. All right, so really, really a great thing. All right, another question for you. What's your favorite way to add joy into your daily routine? Okay, it doesn't just have to be the creative, artistic, or hobby, but what's your favorite way to add joy into your daily routine? Because I want you to write it in the live chat or in the comment, because I want us to inspire each other, and then think of some new activities that we would not have otherwise thought of to be something that could add joy into our daily routine. Okay, so go have a type away, and I'm going to show you the other thing I bought. And this is actually, I've never done this one before, so let me just show you. Let me just go and pop the desk. Okay, I have to go and hopefully I balance this. Balance. Okay. Now the good thing with these things from Kmart is they're actually not expensive. So, this candle making kit, Daisy Candle Craft Kit. So I'm assuming all of this is probably already inside. Let's quickly have a look. So it has a jar, it has the candle wax, it has, I'm assuming these are colors, and then the wooden thing that you put at the bottom to keep the wick, and then maybe a little what do you call it, where is it, mold, Daisy silicone mold. Okay, so glass jar, soy wax, Daisy silicone mold, wick holder, glue dot, wax dies, 3 wooden sticks, and needle and instructions. Okay, so I got that. And then they also had some other things, some other special. So I went, oh, well, they're on special, I might as well. So there's candle making dies. So if I wanted to maybe make the soy wax a different color, and because Lighting candle as well is a great sensory input. So for your sense of smell in the morning, maybe when you're journaling. And then here I bought along with it some candle making fragrance oil. So then I can experiment, and I did buy an extra jar. Now I have lots of candles that have the tiny little bit left, so I could easily melt that down and reuse the different jar. And because I do love lighting scented candles, and so not only am I going to help my sensory processing and have the smell nice when I'm doing my morning routine, or my mood logging, or my gratitude log, or my victory log, then that can help as well. So I've got extra jar, candle making dyes, fragrance oil, and some more candle topper mold. So this one I can have other floral mold to go on top of the different things. So there's 2 flowers and leaf and some other flower there. So that's going to be an exciting thing. I don't know where I'm going to do it, if and which if I need a pot, or that I need to go melt the candle wax in. Something I'll figure out. So if I can go and video the process, maybe it's something that you guys can do as well. Or let me know who out of you already do candle making as a craft, a hobby, or even if you sell it. So this one again is from Kmart here in Australia, but I'm sure I'll go have a peruse the Amazon and see if there's anything similar in around about the same price point. So this is a new um, uh, new hang on, I'm just getting distracted. A new project that I'm incorporating into my craft activities and routines. Okay, so let's check the chat. The question was, what's your favorite way to add joy into your daily routine? Let's go and inspire each other. Where are we up to? All right, so let's check the chat. Susan says, I have finished about 10 needles. Oh, no, we've done that one, haven't we? Want to learn? Yes, make them into pillows. That will be great. Yes, that would be cool. I want to try polymer again. I did once before, but burnt it. Oh, yes. Oh, no. Yeah, so it's also about getting to know your oven. Is what I have found, is because of course the guidelines and the instructions of how long you should have it in the oven, or for the temperature, is going to depend on your oven, because then if they're not all calibrated the same, maybe it's a 10 degrees off, and so of course, and it's just about experimenting. So creating with tuck, I just did like, okay, let's try it for 5 minutes, it cracked, let's do it for, or no, let's say longer time, it cracked, let's do it for a shorter time, it was still soft, and it hadn't hardened. So yeah, it's about finding and knowing your own tool or your oven that you're going to use to heat it up. That's if you're using ones that cure with heat rather than air drying. The amount I have going on is a little too much. So now it's giving me stress, not relaxing feelings. Oh no. All right. So I need you to pick your top 5. The rest put away in a little box. Okay. So maybe, pick your top 3 and then work on that. And your reward is you get to touch and use, another one when you finish one of them. Awesome. Great information. Yes. Love it. Because what I like to do is I want to know the reason. I'm one of these that need to know, why does this help me, rather than it's just good for you. Like drink water. Why is it good for you? Eat vegetable. But why is it good for you? When I know the effects it has on my body, mental, physical well-being, spiritual, then I'm in a better position, learned position to go, okay, it's I might not like it, but I know it's good for me because this is why. So I had to learn about cortisol, because we know happy hormones, dopamine, cortisol, stress, and I was like, oh, so some stress is good because that just keeps us alert, ready to, if there's any danger. So that's always a good thing, but too much is just going to overwhelm us and take over, and then that's when stress is just it yeah it's going to be not good for us. So creating with random singing, I love random singing. Do you know I do my own little Friday night karaoke session? I pop it some, my favorite karaoke tunes on YouTube. I used to sing in when I was younger as well, been, school choir, entered different competitions, singing competitions, and I even sang, can I tell you, I even sang an Italian song. I'm not Italian, don't know how to speak Italian. An Italian song at the Sydney Opera House, for the Italian Song Festival. So, artists would write original songs. I think both English and Italian. And so an Italian composer had saw me in, a show doing, and we were singing, and then he asked me, would I be able to sing a song he wrote for the Italian Song Festival? And I think it was 1995. So in the Sydney Opera House, I got to sing at the Sydney Opera House. My mum made me this beautiful long red gown. And so it was very much the early days, like like what you would see as an American Idol. So what would happen is, song got written, song got recorded, the song recorded song got played in Italian, Australian radio. People voted, so people voted for which song they like, and then live, when the artist sang the song, people voted, who was there at the opera house. And then, so the winning song was something about mama. And if you're Italian, it's like any song about your mama, right, is going to pull at the heartstrings. So he got lots of votes on the radio because you combine the two votes. But they told me that actually, I think I got the second highest amount of votes in the and while singing live at the Sydney Opera House. Yes, I'm name dropping. It was so long ago, but I sang an Italian song, and so I probably mispronounced quite a bit of the, some of the words. So then, of course, if no one knew that it was a Filipino girl singing an Italian song and not able to speak Italian, so maybe translation when you just hear it on the radio probably, didn't sound like, wasn't phonetically correct, pronunciations. But it was, yeah, that was so speaking of random singing, I just do random singing right now, just at home, and maybe from time to time go to the karaoke pub or pubs with karaoke. Melinda, try looking at three most important projects first to ease the anxiety. Yes, and let us know. Let me know in the Plannerets community which one, and then give us the a progress update. And so that way, remember, progress is also a great motivator for you to keep going. I used to have fun making candles years ago. I love it, Veronica. That is part of the problem. I will think about it next month. Yes, sometimes it's hard to pick a favorite, isn't it? So yes, I like to write with my fountain pens and colorful inks. Oh, yes. Show us, Susan, some of your drills, some practices that'll really inspire those of us like Elle and I who want to start doing calligraphy. My joy is writing in my journal daily. It is a record of my day. Yes, I need to do more also journaling with pictures. I have a photo printer, and so I need to go and print some of my photos. Thank you so much for sharing with me all your lovely fave ways to add joy into your day. Okay, so now let's talk about taking breaks for a second, because they're more important than we realize. You guys know I'm a big advocate of scheduling and taking your breaks. I think if I didn't schedule and take, both micro breaks, which is um, those breaks you take several times a day for just a minute or two, and also schedule in meso breaks, which is half or 1 to 2 hours off a week, plus a macro break, which is taking half to a full day off once a month. If I didn't do those types of breaks in my schedule, I know I would be in a position where I don't think I would be able to bounce back as quickly as I do. So, yes, I do have my anxious moments. I get overwhelmed. And I also have to take in consideration now that, I'm in my perimenopause years. So, my emotions are just up and down. And, my ability to think I'm able and I'm capable and I'm skillful goes, yes, I am. No, I'm not. Yes, I am. No, you're not. So I'm just fighting. My mind is fighting with itself. That's why, yes, planning, journaling, writing things down, brain dumping, and scheduling and taking your breaks are essential. Okay, studies show that taking short breaks throughout the day can actually help prevent stress, keep your energy up, and stop you from feeling totally drained by the end of the day. So especially if you're working outside of the home, where your 9 to 5 job, you've got lots of things one after the other of tasks and things to do. Yes, you take your meal, your meal break, your lunch break, your coffee break, but making sure that even after every 25 minutes, just getting up from your desk, stretching, taking a few deep breaths, making sure that those are incorporated throughout your day, not just once or twice, but throughout, is going to help you energy level up, prevent and lessen the stress. I know a lot of us are in stressful situations that we have no control of. We don't know what's going to be happening the next day. So it can be so stressful, but making sure that you incorporate breaks in your day. So, in fact, the well-being thesis found that even quick breaks can give your productivity and focus a serious boost. So if you're finding that you are unable to cognitively make decisions a lot quicker, or you've been arming and ahhing about something, one of the first questions is, have you drunk water? Have you eaten? Have you added movement? And have you taken breaks for yourself? Okay, so just have a think. And then don't even think that, oh, if I take a break, then I'll fall further behind. No, your brain's actually going to work a lot better. It's going to give you more productivity and boost, your focus a lot more. And, the fun part, adding joy and play into your routine isn't just a nice bonus. Isn't just we just don't get to enjoy making crafty things, making pretty things. It's actually essential for our well-being. Okay, so we need to look after ourselves first, because if we are not in a position where our foundation is solid, right, the cracks will start to come through, and then all the worrying thoughts will get in through the cracks and then just bounce around and overwhelm us even more so if we're already anxious and stressed to begin with. So play, adding fun, joy, hanging out with lovely people and kindred souls, right? It's going to help lower the stress, recover from burnout a lot more and a lot quicker, and it's going to also make us more resilient. And I think that's what helps me, because sometimes I go, when I'm already like up and about again, it's like, wow, I bounce back from that a lot quicker than what I used to. Before I would be in a funk or emotionally drained, for weeks before I even go and start to, get back up. Now it's a day or two, and now I'm giving myself permission. I've given myself the compassion, and I've given myself the grace to say it's okay to feel the way I do, because life is stressful, right? going through perimenopause. I've never been a mum of a 17 and a 16-year-old boy. Last year they were 15 and 16. So every new day brings new challenges, new exciting things. And also as a son of as a mum of a son who's 16, first of all, teenage boy, going through his own changes and growing pains, and also on the autism spectrum with sensory input challenges and communication barriers. It's stressful, and so I have given myself, and I want you to also give yourself the permission and the compassion and the grace that you are doing the best you can with what you have right now and the energy level and the capacity you have right now. Tomorrow may be different. Tomorrow you might bounce back and yay. And then maybe the next day, you might feel stressed and overwhelmed again. Work with what you have, incorporate breaks. And also in putting breaks, it strengthens our connection with others because, it has real benefits for our mental and physical health. So you and I taking a little break, hanging out with each other, you know, while we're looking at fun, crafty stuff, looking at fun stationery, planning, all these colorful stickers and washi tapes that we like to play and embellish our planner with. It helps us both mentally and physically. Because I really do, I don't know about you, I really do feel a sense of joy after I come from a, live stream just like this one. All right, so what's one small creative activity or hobby you can do today to bring a little joy into your routine? Remember, it can be 2 minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, half an hour, whatever it is. Add some small creative activity. So maybe for Elle and I, we might just practice some of our calligraphy, if that's, or practice our hand lettering and just do that for 2 minutes. Or write in our journal one thing we're grateful for, one thing is that's a win of the day, big or small. Okay? So if you've been putting off that craft project or hobby that you love, take this as your sign to pick it up again or start something that you've been wanting to do, right? Try something new, take breaks when you need them, and most importantly, have fun along the way. Don't get stressed of it. And if you've got too many projects, doesn't matter. There's no rule, really. I mean, they say, try not to have too many, but too many for someone, maybe two is too many for one person. It's got to fit your lifestyle and the way your brain works. If you have 10 going at the moment, don't stress out about it. It's okay too. The studies and the guidelines are just that, guidelines. If you love I'm sure you'll see, I have one of those IKEA beds that go up and underneath it's all storage. I have fabrics and fabrics of when I used to make dolls, lots and lots of yarn that I bought because I wanted to try something. I have polit clay stuff. I have jewelry making stuff. I have what do you call it? The macrame. I bought all the yarns. Oh, that's another thing I want to do. Pick back up macrame and creating keyrings. I have lots as well. If I want to start something new tomorrow and go, and there's so many unfinished stuff, it's what is good and what fits my lifestyle. So don't worry if you do have too many. If too many stresses you out, then of course, make sure to lower the stress level and pick your favorite. But if you have too many and you're fine with that, go ahead, okay? Go ahead. There is permission. All right. Where are we? Where are we? Let's go check the chat. I'm loving all these chats, ladies. Too much or some great information. Where are we? Oh, I'd have to go back a little bit. My join right is a record. Ronnie Cat. That is great, Marianne. I am sure it was magnificent. I grew up in a musical where we listen to a variety of music. Yes, I still remember mum and dad's, different cassette tape, Kenny Rogers, Olivia Newton-John, Air Supply, and all, just so many. And of the songs I like to sing are by Celine Dion, Whitney Houston, Barbara Streisand, Bette Midler, a lot of the power ballads. I don't know where I got my singing voice from, mum and dad. I don't think they can sing. They can sing, they're in tune, but yeah, my mum always said, oh, if I could sing, I'd be singing all the time, because she used to not like that I, didn't sing enough or didn't participate enough. Um, Creating with Tuxes. That is so awesome. The Sydney Opera House is on my to-go list. I used to be in choir, and I sometimes sing on another channel on Fridays, and I love musicals. My favorite of all time is The Sound of Music. Yes, I actually saw in my walk yesterday the arena version of Les Miserables is coming on tour here in Sydney. And then I also saw in my walk last night was musical Annie is near in a theatre near us. So I may have to go and also add joy into my day by going to these beautiful musicals. I love it. I love it. And I love the all of the Pitch Perfect movies. I have to watch those. I haven't actually watched them. Creating with Tuck, same here. I am getting better at taking breaks now. Yay! Where are we? Let's do this over. Wow! Oh, it's muted. Yay! And applause. Yay, I drive a truck. Come back, come back. I drive a truck, so do have to take breaks as per the law. As part of the job, I am able to get out of the truck and do a quick walk around. I love it, yes. And enjoy breaks and, incorporate some fun stuff in there. Hello, everyone. Nice to see you. Thank you so much for joining. The flowers in your hair looks great. Big hugs. Yes, I popped them on while we were live, and so they're probably not straight, but that's okay. Because I'm always facing this side of the screen. I love it. I love it. I am able to take my lunch break in some very beautiful spots. Yes. So for those of you who may not know, Melinda is in New Zealand. I love it. I'm going to miss seeing you live every day. I know. So 27, 28, 29, 30. 3 more days in my 30-day Mindful Messy March challenge. I have to figure out how I can do. Probably won't be live every day because, if and when I do get a job or do, it is very um, uh, uh, showing up every day is quite exhausting. But that is why I love doing it, because I have something that I'm learning myself. And I hope you have been learning too. So, what I'm going to do is if you are thinking of incorporating something fun or adding something creative activity in your day, I have a playlist of my how to videos. So how to make clear divided tabs, if you want to add some clear divided tabs using laminated sheets in your planner. And also what else is there, creating task cards. So let me quickly have a look. Do I have one visible? Yes. So creating task cards like this, like little prompts to add into your planner to let you know, hey, take a break. This, you might be able to create task card of the different types of creative breaks. So Melinda, maybe you can do like a, like random pick. Which project can I work on today? Okay, that one. So then that can take away the decision fatigue for you. And then instead of trying to figure out which project to do next, you can go and create a task card and just randomly pick, which one should I do today? That one, knitting. Okay, so that could be a fun one. What else is there? How paper test. So yeah, the clear divider tabs. I need to add more. I think I need to start a new playlist of creative tasks and activities and show you how I do them as part of my breaks and creative tools to help reduce the cortisol or stress hormone or stress level and inject some fun and creativity into my day. So the link for that how to is in the description. Just a few little projects to add into your planner, and of course make sure you go check that out and even schedule something this weekend. How about that? Make sure you're adding it into your planner. So I appreciate you. Thank you so much for hanging out with me, and make sure hit that like button, and if you haven't yet subscribe because I'd love for you to get notified of when I do show up on live stream or recorded videos and podcasts, and share it with a friend who could use a little creativity in their life today. So I will see you next time. Tomorrow is the 28th day of my 30-day mindful message challenge. Don't know what I'm going to be doing tomorrow. Maybe embellishing my habit tracker. I don't know. I'll figure it out. Thank you so much for joining me in today's live. I will see you again next time. Bye, everybody. Bye.